other radios of the truth movement, see what is to who is their loyalty, and verify that, and then make your own mind up on what they're saying.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly fair.
I believe that if people really want to see behind the propaganda which is being pushed into their heads every day, they should have definitely a critic eye to people like Alex Jones. But it is really also even more incredible the fact that Alex Jones suddenly started to appear in big television programs here in Europe where nobody knew him, and he was suddenly exposed on TV like some kind of alternative to the media, and people started to know him also through these exposés that were done by various TVs here in Europe, especially in England. So he has been put there, he has been promoted as a showman. He is the showman of this opposition, supposed opposition to the New World Order. Somebody who likes to shout on the road, but more than that, he doesn't do.
Fair enough. Thank you for the information once again. You talked several times, mentioned several times tonight about the structure of the Illuminati being a pyramid shape.
It's a pyramid where you have also groups like I said, like the Circle, which are very powerful, specifically for the intelligence, the Club Safari, where you have Adnan Khashoggi. It's obvious that they are manipulating propaganda which is manipulated directly from the Vatican, and it's of a Hollywood nature, because ABC is like saying Walt Disney. It's just the biggest brainwashing vehicle put together by the CIA and the Illuminati.
Yeah, in fact, I can barely stand to even watch TV nowadays. It's so sickening what they show. Getting back to your website for a second, it is pretty amazing the depth of information that you put on that website. And to somebody who might be looking at that website for the first time based on this interview tonight, do you have any recommendations as to where they might begin sifting through some of your information and your articles?
Yes, I would suggest to go into the site exactly where we have the old site archives, and start really from there, so you can have an introduction to the whole thing. And you have certain documents there, certain photos that it's important that people see, so they can actually verify my work within the Illuminati and what I was doing within the pyramid structure of the Illuminati. And also there is some important articles they shouldn't miss that introduce my persona and who I am and how I started this whole adventure in details. So I hope that people will definitely go to www.illuminaticonfessions.webfriends.it, because it's a website that I really put together originally to protect my life. And I hope that it has function for that role I have given to it. And now I'm continuing to add things and still maintain it, because I think that we have to follow the evolution of what's going on. Even if I went out of the Illuminati, I can still watch what they're doing with a critic eye and expose what they're doing.
Is there anything that we can do to stop these people?
Well, if you are a Catholic, then you have really some serious problems. If you are not a Catholic, then you're already maybe 50% saved. No, the thing is that if you are a Catholic, it's much more different to react to something that really comes from within your church that is profoundly wrong, which is the fact that they are supporting these knighthoods that are military armies for the New World Order, made out of their aristocratic bloodlines that they are, continuing to promote over and over again with all the various secret societies, because they seem to they're stuck in a time warp, in a tradition that never ends for them.
Yeah.
But we have now some very hard times ahead. 2012 might be the beginning for the collapse of this system. The Illuminati know it very well. That's why they're trying to protect themselves, building bunkers, underground bunkers, and things like this. We have to hope that we survive what will happen and be able to build the world that will come after.
Well, one of my specialties is finance, and over the past 2 years, just looking at the financial condition of the United States, we're in some big-ass trouble here.
Absolutely.
I'm not even sure this is going to make it to 2012.
But it's not a question of making it to 2012, because already in 2010 we're going to start having very big problems, you see.
Uh-huh.
But the problems will be put down by their effectiveness to implement the program for microchipping, which is very important for the Illuminati, for establishing a complete control over the people in whatever situation.
Yeah, I have a multi-part article entitled The Microchip Agenda, where I talk about how they are bringing forth this plan and what excuses they're using to do so. Will keep your children safe. You'll never lose your pet. Your senile grandmother will be found quickly, and so forth. So I'm very familiar with that subject as well. Do you have any recommendations in terms of books or maybe DVDs that our listeners could use to increase their knowledge about the Illuminati?
Well, we will be coming out next year with a DVD of my revelations, and in detail with some filming also, very particular filming done on some sites, but especially with a lot of information in detail, with photos. Well, it is an attempt, it's going to be put together in the next couple of months, and it's already at a very we are halfway through, let's say, with it. And I think it's going to be a positive thing to have a DVD out there. Though I suggest people to really go into the study of all religious texts, and to also find the possibility of understanding really the beauty of the belief in God and the possibility that this belief gives you. I don't think that there is a specific book we can read. We have to really, when we want to understand more, I think it's very difficult to suggest a specific book. I have one that is very interesting for people who want to eventually know a little bit more about Freemasonry, Islam, and Egypt.